Hey guys, Brett Weiss here. Welcome to another video. Today I want to discuss my top 5 New Year's resolutions. Not just general things like be nicer, be more generous. We should all work on those every day. I'm talking about 5 specific things that I've sort of gotten away from or that I need to improve upon. If you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button. It really helps us out a lot. So let's get to it. Number 5 of my New Year's resolutions for 2021. Number 5 is I want to read more books and fewer news stories. Yes, it's super important to stay informed, to keep track of what's going on in the world. I mean, as adults, we should definitely be doing this and be responsible with this kind of thing. Know what's going on in the world. It's important, but it's important also not to obsess and not to just constantly read about the same things over and over and obsess on what's going on, either with the pandemic that's going on or what's going on, the nutty stuff in politics. Yes, you need to know. Yes, you need to stay informed and keep safe and all that stuff. But just to obsess and go to every link on Facebook or Twitter or whatever, to every source. Yes, follow the experts. Listen to what they say. But you can, it's a 24-hour news cycle and you can get caught up in that. And it's important to get away from that and to relax. And the books I've been enjoying recently, I've got a head start on my reading more books. I'm reading Peter David's Mr. Sulu Grabbed My Ass and other highlights from a life in comics, novels, television, films, and video games. Definitely a great title, funny, and in the foreword he explains that, but I'm really enjoying this. And Beyond Donkey Kong by my buddy Ken Horowitz, which I reviewed. Really cool book. Lucky Wonder Boy. This one frustrates me because I've gotten away from it. I've been too distracted, like I was saying. Just reading random articles and just in general. I want to, even just doing chores and things. I want to settle and chill out more and just read more books like this one. I started it and I put it down when I got busy and I haven't gotten back to it. So I'm going to start this over and I need to read this. It's written by Daniel Brett Weiss, the Game of Thrones, creator. And it's about a guy that writes video game reference, for video game reference websites. So, hello, this is a book I need to read and I've always heard good things. So I need to get back to it. And I'm really enjoying this book on Woodstock. As many of you know, the late 60s, I'm fascinated by that whole culture and I love rock and roll. So yeah, so I've gotten back to book reading for 2021. I want to read more books. Again, stay informed with what's going on in the world, but it's easy to get too obsessed and to just let that consume you. So kick back, read more books. So number 4. I want to do a better job and more frequently supporting fellow authors and my fellow YouTubers. Now, I do this already by sharing links to videos I like, to sharing books on social media that I enjoy, but I need to comment more on their posts or, on their YouTube videos, maybe post little reviews on Amazon more often for books I've enjoyed. It just helps them out. Maybe just even so much as, just commenting with a kind word or word of encouragement. It really helps me out a lot as a content creator. And I know it is helpful and, do unto others and all that good stuff. So I hope to do a better job of just supporting my fellow authors and YouTubers just beyond sharing links. That's number 4. Number 3, I want to listen to more albums. Now this sort of connects to number 5, reading more books. I want to kick back and just really focus and listen to more albums. Again, without distractions from social media or the 24-hour news cycle or just, blow everything coming at you from all directions. I want to chill like we used to do in the 70s and 80s, put on some headphones and listen to some albums, or even just when I'm working. Instead of listening to, so many podcasts or the news or whatever, just focus on more albums. Just get that groove going, that vibe, that cool kickback records. It's super diverse. I want to show you just a few albums here. The soundtrack to the movie Tilt. It's a pinball movie with Brooke Shields. Really interesting film. I don't think they've ever put it on DVD. I have the VHS, but that just showing some random stuff here. My very first album that I actually owned, I got this for Christmas in 1974 or 5, I believe. Tejas, the great album before ZZ Top got overtaken with keyboards and the modern stuff in the 80s and beyond. They did some really cool bluesy stuff like this. Look at that. You gotta love the way albums were back in the day, a lot of them. With the fold-out art, very cool. Check it out. Tejas. My brother had this record, Tejas, so I really didn't need to get it, but I liked it so much and I wanted one of my very own. I asked my parents for it for Christmas when I was a little kid, Great stuff. And sometimes it's fun just to listen to stories on records, stuff that reminds you of being a kid, like this record with Star Trek stories. Just a lot of fun. Kick back on the couch, listen to some simple stories. And one of Kiss's greatest albums of all time, Rock, excuse me, Rock and Roll Over. Not an edited video, so excuse the cough. So very fun stuff there. Listen to more records and just have a good time with that instead of... Now, I do like to listen to podcasts. I like Sam Harris, David Smalley, the Pop Culture Happy Hour, Movie Crush. I like, some political and some philosophical and some entertainment podcasts, and I will listen to those continually. Just moving forward, I'll still listen to podcasts. But I'm going to put that aside more often and just listen to records because they're just more relaxing, and it's just pure entertainment. So listen to more albums is number 3, or CDs, or the records, just listening to them on YouTube or whatever. That's number 3. Number 2. Now this one is a little embarrassing to admit because I have always been, except for a stint in my late teens and early 20s when I partied a little too much, I have always been health conscious. And my doctor has always called me boring. My blood pressure, my cholesterol level, my heart rate, all that stuff has always been top notch. My weight to height ratio, all that stuff, my doctor just rolls her eyes, always just said, you're boring, you're boring, you're boring. Now, when I was a little kid, I had bronchitis and all this stuff. But, teenager forward, I've just been a super boring person in terms of, just that type of health. But recently, my doctor has told me I have high cholesterol. She said, you need to exercise more and eat more healthy, which I just found ridiculous because I'm an exercise maven. I love basketball, tennis, cycling, just hiking and all that stuff. I'm constantly, I work out, love all that stuff. And I told my doctor that, and she said, well, your cholesterol's high. Well, I found out my dad had high cholesterol too, and he was super healthy. But it's excuse me, it's hereditary. So doing this, what I'm going to do is cut down. I do eat healthy, but what I'll tend to do is pile on some junk food on top of the healthy food I eat. Like I eat a lot of fruits and vegetables and white meat and all that kind of stuff. But after that, I will tend to pile on maybe some brownies or cookies or something. Or, and I do like fried food and donuts and all that stuff. So what I'm going to try to do for a time is try to cut down and really pay attention to what low cholesterol foods. Now, I do have a major sweet tooth like a lot of you guys, and that's a problem. But I've started substituting instead of desserts. Eat just sort of something to satisfy, that has a little sweetness that's healthy for you. Like this blueberry nut trail mix. Raw almonds, sweetened blueberries, walnuts, and pecans. This has just enough sweetness with the blueberries to satisfy the sweet tooth. Same with this Warrior mix. Now, don't go in just grabbing any granola bar or something like that, thinking it's healthier than, some kind of dessert. Some of these granola bars, look at the sugar content and everything and some of the other, cholesterol levels or whatever. Sometimes those are no healthier than a candy bar. So really, few ingredients, natural ingredients and that kind of stuff. Warrior mix is a good cure for my sweet tooth. And these bars, these Lara bars, this one has just 6 ingredients. This peanut butter banana Lara bar, very healthy. Just check it out in the grocery store. Just the more healthy options with few ingredients, not a bunch of ingredients you've never heard of. You don't know what you're eating, but stuff like that. And I'm going to do that at least until my cholesterol levels lower. Now, I'm not super, I do eat healthy for the most part, but I don't overdo it where I'm like, if I go, I'll go to have donuts with my kids. I'm not going to stop doing that. So if you see me at a donut store, don't think, oh, he's going back on his New Year's resolutions. I will indulge here and there, but I am going to try to lower those cholesterol levels however I can because, when she first told me, you have high cholesterol, I'm like thinking, okay, I know that's bad, but whatever. Well, I got to studying up on it, and that can lead to heart attacks, especially, I'm not 16 or even 40 anymore. I'm in my 50s, and it's important to not have high cholesterol, so I'm definitely going to be working on that. All right, that was number 2. Eat healthier and lower my cholesterol. So number one might surprise you because it's play more video games. Now, what in the world am I talking about, play more video games? What I mean is, play more video games instead of doing some other stuff that's entertainment related. Let me explain. Also, play more video games for fun and not just for work. Yeah, I play video games to research for an article or for a review or for my books or whatever, or even I've done some gameplay videos, but I'm talking about play more games just for fun. For example, I just got Rayman Legends for the Switch. Haven't played it in a couple of days because I got busy. I'm going to go back to it. But just in 2021, I want to play more video games just for fun. And instead of, now lately, the last year or so, when I've wanted to relax, more often than not, I've just kicked back and maybe thrown on Netflix and just mindlessly scrolled through looking for something that I might enjoy. Well, this has led to a lot of wasted time. And I don't consider playing video games wasted time. They just seem fulfilling and gratifying and a great way to blow off steam. But just looking for something to watch based on nothing and just scrolling and then just watching something mediocre that I don't like much because I'm too lazy to do anything else. So I need to get off my butt and play more video games. So that's it. Number one is play more video games. Not a bad resolution to have because it'll be a lot of fun. Let me know in the comments, what are your top 5 New Year's resolutions? Or maybe you just want to share one. I'd really appreciate that. My new book is out, the NES Omnibus Volume 1. I'll put a link here in the description that you can read, sample pages, and you can buy a signed copy from me. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you for liking this video. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. It really, really helps. I will talk to you guys in another video, and I hope you all have an excellent 2021. At least a better 2021 than perhaps the 2020 that you had. We will talk to you guys later.